Listening to Liam Rosenior speak, you can tell immediately that this is not a man trying to win headlines. He's not shouting, he's not deflecting, he's not even blaming players, refs, owners, or fans. He's calm, matured, and very aware of where he's walked right into. And he's shown that from the interviews and videos that I've watched of Liam Rosenior, he's is is very intelligent and knows how to handle the press. The first thing he did when he walked right into the press conference was to shake hands with all the journalists and all that, and it just shows that he's very well media trained. Like he's been trained and he knows how to carry himself with everyone, and it kind of got to me. I mean, in a positive way. Okay, he's calm, measured, and very aware of where he's walked right into. Okay, and whether you're excited, skeptical, or completely exhausted as a Chelsea fan, you have to at least listen to what he said or is hard to say. Okay, and there was no shortcut about anything. Rosino said something very important. He said to win over the fans, he needs to win football matches, and that's honesty. That's what we want to hear. Okay, that's music to my ears. No talk of project, no lectures about patience, no emotional manipulation. He understands something the hierarchy has often ignored. Okay, Chelsea fans don't need speeches; they need performances, and he also talked about making Stamford Bridge a place team, okay, need to fear again. And that's not small talk. It's a tall feat for someone of like Liam Rosenior to say. Okay, and I hope that he walks the talk and not just talk the talk. Okay, that's directly addressing the biggest wound this club has. We've lost our edge at home, which was never a Chelsea thing. Okay, he also talked about the passion and discipline of the players. Okay, racking up cards, unnecessarily yellows and reds and all that. And he said on discipline, Rosino struck a very delicate balance. He likes the passion, he also likes the emotion, and he doesn't want a robot. But he also acknowledged the obvious, which is that the Chelsea players lose control after setbacks, and that's been happening all season. Red cards, yellow cards, flurries, left, right, and centers, emotional collapses. And instead of punishing that emotion, he wants to channel it. And that's smart because this squad doesn't need less feelings. Okay, we just need the right way to channel our emotion and be emotionally intelligent. And talked about the identity, the club's or the team's identity and adaptability, which is very key to what and for any manager to be able to carry out his philosophy and play out his style. Okay, it might be it's very important. So he said he wants us to be dominant and have a strong identity, but I want us to be tactically adaptable, which is subtle. It means that it's not just coming to be pragmatic. It's not going to be a manager who's only stuck on one particular plan. He should be able to be flexible in games, during games, and even before games, adapt and be able to set traps for teams and all that. I mean, with formations and lineups and the rest. I think more than what Maresca did, because Maresca, aside from the fact that he misappropriates players, this is not me having a dig at Maresca, because every manager have their own style and way they want to set up and all that. But what I'm trying to say here with regards to what Liam Rosenior said is that he wants a situation whereby there's a plan A, there's a plan B, and even plan C, and that's what I'm lauding and liking from everything that Liam Rosenior has said. Okay, under Maresca, one of the biggest criticisms was the rigidity. When plan A failed, there was no plan B, And Rosenior is clearly telling us that there will be a structure, but not at the expense of common sense. And that's very, very encouraging, especially in knockout games and tough league moments. Then he also talked about the current form of the team, and he said it's a tough run. It's a very, very it's a very tough league. But he also referenced the City games and Fulham with clarity. City showed what this team can be. Fulham was damaged by context, which was a situation where the player Cucurella got red carded and Chelsea was down to 10 man, and that's realism. Okay, no excuses. And when he says we are not far away, it doesn't feel like spin. It feels like assessment. Okay, it's not trying to uh, go off the rail and all that. And we all know that Chelsea is not far off from being able to challenge the top teams in the league. We just know that we're just a couple of signings away from doing that with them. And I hope that the team or the hierarchies will be able to back him up with the right type of players. He talked about another thing Rosenior deserves real credit for is how we spoke about Maresca. I said Enzo did a very, very fantastic job. No distancing, he said it's not yet to rewrite the history, and there is no ego. Instead, Rosenior just framed his job as an evolution and not correction. He says he's not coming to tear down everything that Maresca has on his own. Right now, he's only just trying. He said it's going to make it easy for him to be able to uh, pass on his information or his ideas, okay, into the players, because they already have a certain type of way the team plays already, which is actually similar to how he wants to play. And he believes that the players will listen and respect continuity. He also touched on culture, spirit, fight, and balance. And let's be honest, Chelsea's issue haven't been talent. Okay, they've been mentality and cohesion. And there's something that Liam Rosenior said, which is going to be the most scrutinized quote of his tenure already. Okay, he said, and I quote, "I will make the decisions at this football club." Now, word for word, and fans have every right to be skeptical about this particular statement. Okay, but it matters that he said it publicly and very clearly. Okay, he knows the noise and he knows the doubt, and he's directly addressing the fear that coaches, yeah, puppets. Time will tell if that's true, but you don't dismiss it on day one. All I'm going to say is that I'm not going to say anything as regards decision making when it comes to the team and all that, because we've seen it. We saw it in Tuchel's time. We saw it with Graham Potter. We saw it with Poch. We saw it with Enzo Maresca, and Liam Rosenior walking right into the same team, the same structure, with the same people that are still above him. Well, we'll have this conversation when it gets to the thick of it. Right now, I'm not ready to dismiss it, and I'm not going to make any comment on it. I'm just going to say we'll see who is who and what the real truth is. Okay, he also talked about analysis, preparations, and the staff, and he just said that I alone know the way. He emphasized the process, and that's what good coaches do. He's not a magician. He says he analyzes teams and sets the team up in the way that suits the team, but doesn't mean as against any opponent. However, it doesn't mean that Chelsea will lose its identity or lose its structure or its principle because we have to go up against any team. And then that's everything that happened in the presser and uh, for the Liam Rosenier's press conference. Now we'll talk about the game against Charlton, because Chelsea take on Charlton this afternoon, and I'm sorry my video is just coming out this morning. I've had a lot of things to do, and it's not there's not been enough time for me to be able to fit everything in, and so that's why my video is coming out this late. But do not forget to check out the space for my match reaction immediately after the game. So he said this Charlton game isn't just gonna it's not gonna be about domination. It's about control, discipline, seeing French players step up and setting tunes. And my match prediction is just going to go with Jorgensen in goal, Gusto at right back, Tosin and Badeshile with Ato with as the back four, midfield of Santo and Enzo Fernandez with João Pedro in the 10, and the attack of Esteval, Garnacho, and Maguire as the striker. In the bench, we have Sanchez, Fofana, Reece James, Chaluba, Chempong, and this lineup should give French players, like I said, opportunity to play players that have not had enough playing time. Players like Tosin, even Badiashile and Hato. Can also talk about Santos, who's I believe is going to be one of Liam Rosenier's key player to be able to translate his ideas to the rest of the team. So it's this lineup is going to be boasting of energy without recklessness, and I hope that the with Liam Rosenior on the touchline, backing others and all that should be able to help the player up their game and understand what he's trying to do. Then also creating opportunities for youthful players like Maguire, Esteval, and even Andre Santos and Joel Ato. Technical control, Enzo and Joao Pedro, and it's the depth if need be. If we need to change anything, if the game isn't going Chelsea's way, we can just switch it up in the second half and bring on players that can, I mean, the heavy guns that can help kill the game. So my final thoughts on this is not that uh, I'm gonna be real, guys. Okay, I'm not declaring a renaissance. Okay, I'm not promising trophies. I'm not ignoring the structural problems above him. But for the very first time in a while, the tone of Liam Rosenior, okay, just feels right. These guys are really really good politicians. If Liam Rosenior was in a movie or was writing a book and all that, it's going to make massive sales. Or if he's even a salesperson, it's going to be top of the chart because everything he said from the start to the finish was just spot on. But like I said, we need performances and not just talk. Okay, Liam Rosenior sounds like someone who understands Chelsea's history. The way he talked about Drogba, Lampard, Ballack, John Terry, and the rest just shows. He actually caught my attention when he mentioned ex players. These are players that were the spine of Chelsea. And for him to lauded that means that he understands there's a hill that he's up against and what he needs to do to create a strong Chelsea side that will be able to challenge on the long run. Okay, he sounds like someone who understands Chelsea's history, Chelsea's expectations, and what we feel at the moment, the kind of pain and the level of pain that we feel. Okay, and now the hardest part for me right now is proving it. And like I said, I hope it proves me wrong. I don't want him to prove me right because, like I said, I doubt he will be able to do beyond what his predecessors did. If he will be able to get Chelsea into the Champions League, because apparently, according to Nizar Kinsella, is the most important task for him this season is ensure that Chelsea qualify for Champions League. And I'm not saying we're far off the top four. I just believe that the competition right now is very rife and the ship needs to be calm for the players to be able to thrive and push. And I hope that the appointment of Liam Rosenior will be able to do that and help Chelsea qualify for. I do not want to think for 1 minute that we are going to be missing out on Champions League next season. It's not good for Chelsea. It's not good for a lot of the players. It's not good for the brand. Plus the fact that we are short, we still don't have a shirt sponsor, and this is going to be owing to the fact that these investors are unsure if Chelsea will be able to make the Champions League season in, season out. Let me know what you guys think about everything that I've said, and my score prediction for this game is going to be Chelsea 2, Charlton 1. Let me know what you guys think. I would like to hear hear your thoughts in the comment section below. Don't forget to check out this space for my match reaction immediately after the game. I'll be here to give you guys my thoughts and takes on everything that happened in the game. If there's another thing that comes on between now and the end of the game, I'll be here to share with you guys after the game. Okay, so don't forget to check out this space. But until then, it's Chelsea first, rivals next. Peace.